Well, hey, church, I hope that you are staying safe and well during this challenging season. I just want you to know that I have never been more grateful to be a part of this wonderful church family than I am right now during this crazy time. We have so much to celebrate. Our weekend attendance and participation has actually gone up during these weeks that we've been virtual. Our group participation has gone up. We are feeding more people in our region than ever before. We're supporting local medical providers. We're ministering to the lonely. We're reaching out to the disconnected. So much good ministry is happening. And that is due to you, this amazing church family. Thank you for all you're doing. It is a dark time, but we are rising to the challenge of this occasion. God's church is living as the light in the darkness, just the way Jesus told us to be. And I'm confident that this light of God's good news will continue to shine in this crazy time. There's a lot that's coming up that you're going to hear about over the next few weeks. We'll be launching new groups, and we're going to have a virtual Connect Sunday soon so that everybody who wants to be connected has an easy way to get plugged in. Our virtual First Things First class is coming up this Sunday, and we got a ton of people registered to learn more about the church and how they can get involved even while we're all virtual. Our kids and student ministry are continuing to find new ways to connect, and you can expect announcements over the next few weeks about even new things they're going to be trying and how you can get involved. And you know, one of my favorite things about this season is that we are seeing parents and families rise up to be the lead disciplers in their children's lives, which of course is just the way God meant for it to be, and the church is coming alongside these families to equip them right now. One of the big questions that we're starting to ask is this: when will we regather? And the short answer is we don't know completely. The recent guidance from our Tennessee governor does allow churches to gather, but the governor's very clear. He's asking churches to remain virtual for the month of May. We've been carefully studying these expectations and the social distancing requirements that we want to live up to, and we're preparing plans for how we can regather as safely as possible. We want to make sure that we don't return to gathered services too soon, so that then there's a rise in concern and we have to go back to virtual. We also want to make sure that when we return to gathered services, we can do so following CDC and state guidelines and meeting the needs of our whole church. We're also really aware that God is blessing our current expression of the church. Your efforts to learn Zoom so your groups can still meet, your efforts to invite a friend to attend our online services, these are being blessed by God. Our first-time visitor numbers are up, our people filling out connection cards are up, and we trust that as you are faithful to reach out to your friends and invite them into these virtual expressions of the church, God will keep being faithful to inspire them to show up and bring people to our worship services. Therefore, based on the governor's recommendations and our own consultation with doctors and the elders of the church, we anticipate that we will continue to use online strategies for our main worship and community programs throughout the month of May. We expect that during this month, some smaller gatherings may figure out ways to find appropriate strategies for meeting in person rather than virtually, but our main gatherings will stay virtual. We'll be using this month to assess the local health situation and to prepare the strategies we need to regather at a later date. But don't forget, this virtual season is a break from our physical gatherings, but it is not a break from mission. The church is not shutting down. The church is not taking a snow day. In fact, we see this as an opportunity for the church and the mission of God's church to advance. So let me challenge you. Are you committed to loving God as a worshiper in this season? Showing up for one of our online services every single week? I hope you are. Are you committed to loving everyone as a servant, looking for ways that you can serve others by jumping into one of our service teams, helping us feed those who are in need right now, or just caring for your friends and neighbors? Are you committed to making disciples, even in this COVID season, by participating in a group? Or maybe you want to launch a group. I'd love to help you launch a Zoom Bible study with some of your friends. You could do it. Or maybe you need to find a group in order to keep that commitment to making disciples even in this season. And finally, are you committed, even in this season, to telling your story? It has never been easier to invite someone to church. And what we're finding, the stories we're hearing, is that the people who take a risk and invite a friend, their friends are saying yes. I mean, how hard is it to go online and press play and log into online church, and soon they're participating in the community and hearing the gospel? Please take a minute and invite someone to church, even in this crazy season. Thank you again, church, for being just so awesome. Thank you for learning Zoom. Thank you for giving to the hungry. Thank you for giving to the church. While our giving is a little below what it would have been last year, considering the disruption, we're amazed at God's generosity through you. Please continue that, because our vital mission continues to grow and expand even in this season. Thank you mostly to God, who has allowed us to continue to be a light in the darkness, all for God's glory. So at least another month of virtual, then we'll look for strategies to regather just as soon as we can. I love you, church, and God bless.